Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Chafing Armor podcast. Tonight, I am your Dungeon Master, Dare, and I will be leading you into this new chapter, this new adventure with our characters, our heroes, and possibly our dead people. If you would introduce yourself and your character, Mike.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michael. I will be playing a new character tonight. His name is Willow Wand, and he is a druid.
And Izzy.
Hello, everyone. If you have forgotten the sound of my beautiful voice, my name is Izzy. And tonight, I will be playing the role of Hob Silverslinger, the half-elf artificer.
And James.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our new shindig. I am playing Zoc. He is a changeling barbarian from the Feywild.
And finally, Riley.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I am playing Honey Robbins, a plasmoid monk.
Plasmoid. I am so excited for this.
Yeah, we got all the characters now. We got changelings and everything. And plasmoids and... what species is your character, Michael?
Just a boring old wood elf.
Well, as you may remember, as we finished up our last campaign and then our interstitial chapters in the Demon Webs, great things have happened. Lolth is dead. In the far western reaches where Massgate and Beltrain struggle to survive amidst war with all the orc tribes, we wonder what impact the death of a god is going to have. But as we go forward, we may not see that for a while because these individuals who are traveling the world may find themselves caught up in new situations. So, Zoc, Willow Wand, and Hob, you all were going about your normal daily business, your travels, your plans, and then you get Shanghai. You are grabbed by groups, the unseen. You are bound and gagged and drugged so that you cannot see or know where you are going. And eventually, days later, it feels like, the three of you wake up in a small cell. There is hay on the ground. It is wet and damp. There are sounds coming from a small barred window in the door of your cell. The cell is no more than 10 feet by 10 feet. There's a bucket for going to the bathroom. You all have been stripped of your possession. What are you going to do?
Are we in the same cell or are we in different cells?
The three of you are in the same cell.
Okay. I'm going to say... Sorry, I couldn't resist.
You have wake up with muffles over your mouths, but your chains have been taken off, the ropes that bound your hands, the bags over your heads have been removed. You are groggy. The drugs are wearing off whatever they use to drug you and put you to sleep. So in the room, you see each other. Willow Wand, Zoc, and Hob. You wake up, you're all groggy and waking up about the same time.
Hob stands up. They dust themselves off a little bit, look around, say, oh, the indignity. To have everything stolen from me twice now in just so many months. I don't suppose either of you two have any idea where this area could possibly be?
Zoc starts awake, lets out a muffled yell, just "Ah!" and crawls over into a corner and huddles.
Okay. Willow Wand will slowly stand up, get steadily to his full 5'2" height. Look around, kind of with his change, kind of feel some of the missing items from his person. And seems to be rather upset about that. And will turn to Hobbs and say, "Do you happen to have any lockpicking tools?"
I sure used to.
I don't know how to pick locks, but I think I could figure it out. I'm pretty skilled with devices.
Well, that makes the two of us. I'm something of an artificer by trade, not necessarily the most accomplished. Hob kind of looks around a little bit and would like to make a perception check by walking up to the bars on the cell, sort of looking out and sort of craning their head to listen.
Okay, so as you go up to the door, the window is about a foot wide and only about 6 inches tall, with iron bars, about 6 iron bars across it every 2 inches. And you look out and you can see a large round room that goes down a couple of steps, and there seems to be some sort of altar in the middle. And you can look around and you can see evenly spaced doors that look similar to yours, spaced around this round room. And directly across the hall from you, you see a large hallway with a couple of people in robes wandering around. As you look at the door, you see that there are no handles on the inside and no access to any locks on the inside. As you look out, you can see on the doors there are outside latches barring all the doors.
By God, I'm kind of worried. They look back to their compatriots, that they might be going to sacrifice us.
Oh no, that's no good. I tell you what, you look like a very strong bloke, and I'm going to turn to Zoc. I tell you what, can you just bust your way out of these? Just give him a heave to.
Zoc stands up. He's breathing heavily. And being a changeling, normally he's just kind of like a pale, like in a blue-gray skin. Mainly not a lot of features. His eyes are nearly black. He has just like barely a nose, just a couple of like slits in the front of his face. But he stands up and he says, "No sacrifice, no sacrifice." And his face kind of like gets a little bit of a bull's snout, and a couple of like tiny little horns come up on the side of his head, and he just bolts for the door and just slams his shoulder into it.
Okay, give me a strength check. Strength check.
All right. Not athletics? It doesn't matter. It's the same number. That is 19.
You hit the door and it booms and rattles. The masonry beside the door shimmies, and you think if you hit it several more times, you might have a good chance of taking this door down. But as you hit it, the echo of you hitting this door echoes around this chamber. And the heads of the guards and cultists all turn towards you. And then you see fingers and faces through the slits of the other doors as several guards come towards your door.
All right. First of all, Willowand is very jealous of his horns for reasons that he cannot get into at the moment. But he says, right then, it looks like things have gone a bit pear-shaped. In for a penny, in for a pound. Step back, my friend. Will Zot do that or not?
Zoc turns to you, and he kind of goes back to the way he was, but his eyes change to the same color as yours, as if to, like, acknowledge your presence. And he says, what you do? What?
He says, well, I think the stealth pay stage has left us. And I'm going to clap my hands 2 more times as I walk forward and just walk right up to the door, hold both of my hands in front of me, and then there's a moment where he has this just sort of air of affability and earnestness, and it just drops for a second, and just a couple of sparks come through his eyes as he speaks to the stone and the rock down below him, and he claps his hands together and casts Thunder Wave on the door.
Wow. All right. So let's see what happens.
All right. That
Roll
is
your attack.
2d8. And that is a 2. And that is another 2. For a total of 4 points of Thunderwave damage. So, however that ends up being, he figures there's no point in being quiet at this point.
The door shakes, sand and masonry grout comes crumbling down from the ceiling. The door looks visibly weakened. And right about that time, a half-orc appears right before the door and says, "Stop!" Gives you a wink, and then says, "You will be put to death if you continue to make this racket."
Don't mean to be rude, but kind of seems like that's already in the cards, mate.
You will be quiet. Bakrog will feast on your souls in turn.
All right. I would like to make a -1 religion check, please.
Please do.
That is a 2 for a 1.
I see you've kept your
You
DM
have no
dice with
idea
you.
who Bakrog
Yes,
is.
those are my.
And
Is that
while you're contemplating, 2 more guards come up, and the half-orc turns around and tells them, "I've got this. You all may go about your business. Prepare the sacrifices." And
all right?
they turn and walk away, and the half-orc turns around and says, "Be quiet if you want to live." And you hear a small chunk, and then the half-orc walks away.
I try the door, like not actually opening it, but just. Oh wait, I guess it doesn't have an internal handle, so I can't exactly do that. But just go push just like a little bit, see if it's open, if that's what I heard.
The door is unlocked, but there is something on the ground that seems to be blocking the door from completely swinging open.
Gotcha. By the way, is this a wooden door or
It is
metal?
a wooden door with steel bands across it in about 8 places. It's a big,
Good
thick
to know.
oak door with wooden bands. There's slime and mold and lichens on it. The bars are rusty, but thick enough that the rust isn't doing anything.
I look back at my compatriots and I ask, wonder how long it would take for a door to burn away. Should we wait that long? Do you think there's something we should be waiting for before we walk out?
So as
Some
you're
suspicion on us?
observing the door, roll me a perception, an intelligence check.
Cool. That is a 9.
Yeah, there's something on the ground that's blocking the door, but you can't quite see it through the slit. There's something down on the ground that wasn't there before.
I just moved my light a little bit closer to where I'm rolling my dice. I thought I was seeing a 6. It's actually a 9 on the dice, so that's a 12?
Oh, you see the edge of a bag down on the floor in front of the door. But you're also seeing, and you can describe this to your cellmates, the guards are coming in with sort of a humanoid jelly. And
I do describe this.
and they are escorting this humanoid jelly to the center of the round room on top of the altar.
I'm going to turn to Zot, whose name I don't know, and say, friend of yours?
No. Door open. Open door.
There seems to be a bag there. Maybe it's our things, and we could kill whoever is keeping us captive here with our things.
Door open. Open door.
Well, all right then. I wonder if I can make a stealth check to avoid, to see if I can move it kind of slowly.
Go for it.
Plus dexterity. That's a whole 3.
Oh, Lord.
We are coming in hot tonight.
Yeah, we are doing great.
The door opens just a little bit. The bag kind of catches under the door, so the door is now open a couple of inches, but the bag is wedged under the door, and so it's not really wanting to budge without any use of force. And so, Riley, as you are being escorted to the center of the room, these guards who have been taking care of you for these last many months are blandly smiling at you as they lead you to the center of the altar, and they go, Honey Robin, this is where you will wait for our illustrious leader. Wait here, okay?
Why, of course. I'm just so excited to see him.
And the two cultists turn around and start to leave.
Oh, thank God.
I will turn to the gelatinous creature and say,
Well, you're about 30
sorry.
feet away from the center of this room. This room is about 60 feet across.
okay.
It's a large round room. It has steps down. It looks like it used to be some sort of giant cistern that has had either storage rooms or cells added around, and you can see in the various cells that there are other people that have been locked up.
Well, Zoc is tired of being in the stone box, so door open door. He's going to go just push.
So as he pushes, if he applies enough pressure, the door pushes out of the way, the bag pushes out of the way. Roll me I guess in this case, a performance check to see how much sound you make.
Okay. That would be a 13.
Okay. So the bag doesn't make a huge amount of noise, and the cultists are already heading out of the room. But you do see the half-orc guard coming back into the room. from that
All right.
hallway on the opposite side.
He's going to grab the bag, pull it inside, and then close the door again.
Okay. Inside the bag, it's a large sack, and it looks like all of your stuff minus whatever gold or silver you had in it.
I had 15 platinum.
Oh. I don't know why anyone would carry coins around. That seems silly.
Oh, goodness. Back at square one financially yet again. I don my scale mail armor and retrieve a simple mace as well as a set of tinkering tools that are sort of a mix of stuff you would maybe work with in small objects, as well as some stuff that looks like it might actually be sort of the lighter parts of a blacksmith's toolkit.
If I have a moment, I will grab the items that I can from within. I wouldn't think that his quarterstaff would be in there. It's probably outside somewhere, since it wouldn't fit inside the bag. He reluctantly takes his little hand axe that he more uses for chopping wood and puts on his very extremely battered and worn leathers. And he also puts on a little, it's almost like a flower crown, but it's much less ornate than something you would actually purchase. And on it is carved in wood 2 horns. And he kind of like gives it like a look again over to Zot, like, huh. And puts the horns on and gets his axe ready, really wishing he had his quarterstaff instead.
Would Zok's great axe be in there in the bag?
Probably not. If it was large, probably not.
Yeah, I guess I just assumed that the mace was in there, but
The mace is more likely because it's more compact. A great axe would probably not have fit in the bag. A mace probably doesn't have that long of a handle.
All right. Well, he is going to put on his 2 hand axes that I'm sure were in the bag, and hook them onto his sides. He's going to look over at who are you? And he points that over at Michael. Who are you? Who?
You can call me Willow Wand.
Willow
Wand. It's all one word. Willow Wand. Nice to meet you.
You wear you wear horns. You wish to be hunted?
Oh, good. Goodness gracious, no. This is just is part of my sobriquet, part of my nom de plume. It's just how I help blend in among the nature, as it were, in working with the creatures immigrating from the Feywild.
Oh, that me.
Oh, and he gets super excited, and he goes, "Oh, we must!" And then he kind of like remembers where he is. It's like, perhaps another time. But yes, I would like to discuss that with you another time. But what is your name, good sir?
I am Zok. Zok.
Just like it's spelled, I'm sure.
Yes. I don't know how it's spelled. My name is Zok.
And you find individual. What will we call you?
Well, I'm sure if you've traveled anywhere near Kalimvor, you've heard the name Silver Slinger of Silver Slinger Sundries. Of course, the well-reputed adventuring gear establishment. Hobbs looking expectantly, very expectantly.
Yes, if we were in Hanna-Barbera, Zot and Willow Wand are looking at you, and there's a blink, 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 as we stare at you blankly, because neither of us definitely have heard of that. And Willow Wand says that he has never graced Kalimvor before.
Well, I operate in that general area of the continent. My name is Hobart. for formalities, Hob will do just fine. That is my name, yes.
And so while you are doing introductions, Honey, the half-orc guard walks up to you and says, "You are in danger. The cult is not what it seems. They do not have good intentions." And he hands you a bag of equipment and then continues to walk towards the cell where he was a little bit ago. And while you all are discussing, he walks up to the door and goes, "Good, you have your stuff." And
No. Where's my friend?
Pulls off his back the axe and the quarterstaff.
My friend.
Opens the door and hands them through.
My good friend.
Prepare yourselves. And says, "Let me introduce myself. My name is Elias." And their visage changes and melts into that of a changeling.
Blimey.
You are from the Fae?
I have been to the Fae. I am now of the Dragon Realm.
You are not of our
Sorry,
tribe.
it doesn't ring a bell.
I have found a new tribe. My name is Elgin de Ambrosia, and I serve the Dragon King.
Crickets.
Yeah.
It is good to make your acquaintance. Are you of this cult?
No, I am here at bequest of the Dragon King. We have heard rumors of this, and we have come to shut it down. And fortunately, we have arrived before anything untoward has happened. You must get yourselves ready. Help me to free the others. I brought you your equipment because the rest of these that are captured are merely peasants, farmers, and merchants. You all seem to be prepared. That's why I had you all celled together. I have been infiltrating this for months. Now prepare yourselves. Come out of the cell and start opening doors. And he turns around and goes back to Honey in the middle. Honey, have you opened the bag? And what of your equipment did you find in there?
I found my net and my darts, and a lot of my old, they look like giant scarves, her old clothing, that she just keeps tucked away.
And so he motions you to come with him. You've never seen him as a changeling before, so how do you react to the change?
What happened to you? This is just all so different than what I was thinking was going on, because this was my family, and I just don't know what's going on. You know, I was just here to meet him, the leader of our family, but now you're saying he's bad, and I think I'm a fan of that. But now you brought my ribbons back, which I really miss my ribbons, because all they give us here are these little bland robes. And I really miss my ribbons because I used to color match them to my color, because I used to dye my color all the time. But they just keep me in this icky little gross pinkish yellow mix that they've been having going on. And I haven't been a super big fan of that because it really clashes with those beige clothing that they have me on. But I'm just so excited, especially my pink one. It's still in here. I see it's still intact. That makes me so happy.
Then there's a loud clang as Zoc brings his axe down on one of the locks with the other doors.
And Elgin turns around and goes, "Stop it! Just slide it open!" They're just simple slide bar locks on the outside of all the doors.
Now one of the bar locks is broken.
Hob is, I think, maybe sort of following Elgin a little bit, kind of sticking close to him and asking, like, "So, will you be able to assist us in safe retreat from this prison if we do as you wish?"
as soon as we get everybody free, we will be able to get outside, and the city guard will protect us and deal with this rabble. We will be fine as long as no alarm is raised.
Hob nods and goes to get some of the doors open.
Okay, so there's a total of 14 other rooms besides the one you were in, and each of them has 3 to 4 people in it, aging from child to old person. There's all sorts of people from Kalimvor, and there's orcs, there's old orcs and orc children, there are halflings and gnomes, there are elves and half-elves and humans, but most of them are either very young or very old. It's like the cultists picked them so that there would be very little resistance.
Which Willowwand is wondering why we were picked, if that is the case. But he keeps going from one to one very quickly, saying, "Oh, we're gonna get you out of here. Just gather yourself up. Let's get going. We're gonna get out of here. Toot sweet. Come. And kind of like gently prodding them with the edge of his quarterstaff to get them up and moving, and of course get them out of any restraints they're in.
As you go around the room and half the doors are open, roll me a perception investigation check or a spot check, whichever one is greater, whichever one you want to use.
Gotcha. Well, spot is the old ways.
Yeah, I think that's perception in.
My perception is very good. Unfortunately, I rolled very badly. That is a total of 11 for perception, even though I have a +5. Just killing it tonight, one after the other.
That's right. We've switched over to the new system, so I guess it would be investigation.
Well, my investigation is even worse.
So
that would be a 5 total for investigation.
Anybody else?
My investigation is terrible. But
I got a 14 on investigation.
But I rolled a 16, so 15.
Okay, so, and Honey?
That's a 13 for me.
Okay, so the three of you notice that another figure has entered the chamber. He is tall, he is wearing robes, but you hear the clank of chainmail with him. And he has in his hand a short sword, a curved short sword, almost like an oversized knife with the tip kind of like a forked tongue. And he sees you and he goes, "What is going on here? Honey, prepare yourself. Get back to the center of the room."
Well, I don't think I really want to do that right now because there's a lot going on here and you have a lot of people tied up in here. And now I know there have been a lot of red flags in the past that I've just kind of ignored. But this is a little bit a lot for me, you know. I know we've kind of not talked about this, but keeping people in sales is a little bit too much for me. It's a little bit a red flag. You're just kind of waving that right here. I think I'm good. I'm gonna stay right here for just a second. I really hope that my family that I found here with you all for a while, that you've been my family, that you all are still really chill and that I'm just misunderstanding things, but that's a really big sharp object and it's really shiny and sharp. I really don't want to be near that right now and see what you're gonna do with that. That's a little bit creepy. I think you're being a little creepy and I think you need to take it down about 2 or 3 notches right now.
He holds the sword level in the air at you and says, "Get back to the altar, and the rest of you get back to your cells now."
With that, Zoc has decided whether he is a good person or a bad person, and Zoc transforms himself to look like that guy, at least in a rudimentary sense, at least, in the head and body, if not the outfit, which is his way of marking his target, and he charges at him.
Let's everybody roll for initiative.
Yeah.
I think this creature has
First
the right
one
idea.
of the new chapter.
Oh, that
Yes, I'm
sucked.
very excited. Let me
Aha, I
use
totally remember what my initiative
depleted
modifier is.
uranium dice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that is a 20, so I get a 22.
Oh, cool, I have
Initiative.
-1. That's my 9.
That's 18 for me.
And I got a 4, so I guess I spent a little extra time transforming into his figure.
Okay. What did you
And,
get, Riley?
18.
What did 18 for Honey? And the cult leader got a 10.
Okay, and so there's the cult leader. Who else is in the room with him?
The only other person in the room with you all is Elgin de Ambrosia.
Elgin de Ambrosia.
Yeah, and he rolled a 3.
I'm writing that down.
All right. Willowand, you are about 30 feet away from the cult leader,
Okay.
and you get to go first.
Willowand is somewhat reluctant to try casting Thunderwave again. That's not really this isn't really a great time for it. So he, given the fact that at this moment Zot, who is much more dangerous looking than him, what he's going to do is he is going to just ready his quarterstaff, start charging at the cult leader, and say, "You'll not be taking these people!" and is just gonna try and smack him upside the head with his quarterstaff, hoping that he's going to be able to position himself in a fortuitous way to help Zot. Not thinking of himself as a primary combatant, but realizing that if they don't take this guy down, that everyone here is going to die, and he can't let that happen. So he is going to roll. That's actually not terrible. That is a 17, so that is a dirty 20.
That hits.
All right, and that is 1d8 plus 1 quarterstaff damage. So that is 4 plus 5 plus his strength plus 1, so 6. A whopping 6 points of stick damage. His quarterstaff is a quarterstaff size, but it is really just a knobbly piece of oak that has several leather straps on it. It does not actually have anything dangly or bells or anything like that, but it is designed more as a walking staff, but it is quite heavy, and so he clocks him upside the head with it.
Okay. He is surprised by how quickly you move and the fact that you disobeyed him. All right? And so, Hobbs?
All right. Zoc cracked open one of the doors with his weapon. Or I guess I should double check. Was Zoc he, him, they, them?
Yeah.
He's a them, the they them.
Oh, that's sorry.
Gotcha. That makes 2 of our characters. Do you think did the lock come clean off? Perhaps a singular 1 pound object. Perhaps.
Well, apparently there was no
Or not
lock.
quite.
It was
Oh,
just a
yeah.
slide bolt.
Door. Yeah, the slide bolt, which probably came in half.
The
It's
door chunk.
so it is an iron bar with a small knob on it that it rests in a couple of flanges on the door and
Gotcha.
the wall.
The
So
kind of slidey type.
and it can be lifted out.
Okay. Do you think it weighs about at least a pound of
It
metal?
probably weighs about 3 pounds.
Splendid. Hob is muttering to themselves. So is it on the ground or like still in there?
It's half hanging off. It's kind of bent, so it's kind of caught in the flanges that are holding it up to the door. But it's no
right.
longer hooked on the wall, so it's loose
Hob-
and the door was open.
Grabs it then, sort of places it gently on the ground, sort of muttering to themselves like, "Oh, you think I'm not a threat, huh? You think I don't look like much, but I am quite more dangerous than I look. I know magic." And Cat is going to cast Catapult on this little object. One object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range. It is going to fly in a straight line up to 90 feet into a direction I choose. So obviously I am sending this little piece of metal flying at the cult leader at Mach speeds, and he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
You will make a dexterity saving throw.
What's your DC save?
What's the DC?
13.
All right. And he gets a 16. So he takes half.
And it goes flying into the wall and takes 3d8, but the object takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage, probably turning it into a bunch of little splinters, and nothing happens. And
Okay.
Hob is very sad.
Ah, well, the cult leader is surprised, seeing what you all have done, raises a holy symbol off of its chest, which is kind of a square with a V and a serpent through it. Casts command at Willow Wand.
Uh-oh.
Tells you to drop.
Well, I don't like that. I want to state that emphatically. I assume there is a save.
I believe it is
Wisdom
a
save.
wisdom save.
Yeah, I was hoping it was a wisdom save because I have a +5 to wisdom save. And I rolled a 9, so that's a 14.
That saves.
Woo!
When you don't automatically drop, he is very, very surprised. All right, and so Honey.
I am going to run up and we're gonna try and grapple him down, unarmed. Oh, I don't think this is what we're gonna be doing, she says as she runs up towards him and tries to grapple. And that is going to be a 24 to grab, to attack.
Well, it
That
would be
will
an attack. Grapples are contested strength, aren't they?
I meant unarmed. I'm so sorry. I'm a monk. I'm not using the proper terminology. Sorry.
She's
That's the wrong
grappling
thing.
in the sense of hitting.
Yeah, kind of like smacking to the ground more.
Okay, so you're gonna hit him and try and knock him prone.
Yeah, just flat on the ground. We're trying to not play this game.
Okay, roll for your hit. Oh, you hit for it with the 24, so that definitely hits.
Yeah, and that will be. Oh, that's pretty nice. That will be 8 points of damage. As she let's all just take a deep, big breath, and she brings her fists down and against his chest and slams him to the ground as hard as she can.
I believe, yeah, that is to knock him prone. James, do you remember how that works?
Do you have an
my
ability
head.
that would knock them prone in this instance, other than just an attack?
No, I don't think at level 1 they don't.
Okay, yeah. So there would have to be like an active, like a tripping attack or something like that.
Yeah. Otherwise,
like
you're
a
just
shove
doing
or
damage.
something like that. So it's just damage.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll have to memorize this stuff more. All right, and so now it is Zock's turn.
All right. He continues to race forward. Appreciates the lump of goo pushing him into a better position, and just kind of jumps and brings his great axe down, double-handed, straight at the guy's head. Go back to my characters, so I got the right number. There we go. Oh yeah, that's gonna probably hit 21 to hit.
Yes, that definitely hits.
Okay, let's see what we do here. Oh, nice. That's a max. So, 15 points of damage. Straight down on him.
Wow. He is nearly split open and lets out a horrible, horrible scream.
Well, that's not what we wanted.
Not looking well.
Willowand just looks at Zot and goes, "Wow!" Just he's not moving out of opportunity, but he just kind of like takes a step, like a half step back, like, "Whoa!"
He looks down at the guy. He looks down at the guy and says, "You be quiet. No scream."
And so now it is Elgin's turn, and Elgin is running up and going, "Oh, this is going sideways. Everybody run." And as he's trying to drag you all with his motions towards the door, he swings at the cult leader and completely misses because he is rushing towards the door, and it's just here. We got to get out of here now. This is all going sideways. And he keeps running for the door. What are you all going to do? Willowand, you're back up.
I don't feel comfortable turning my back on a dangerous cult leader who tried to make me drop to the ground. So I know he's not prone, but I know he's staggered. So honestly, what Willowand is going to do is that half step he takes back, he reverses grip on his wand and makes it more like a spear, and he just stabs right into for his head. He's just trying to give him a good stab in the face, because he doesn't feel like if he leaves right now it's going to be too dangerous, and he really feels strongly that he needs to get these people out. So anyway, that is a 15. That's not terrible, and with his +3 for quarterstaff,
That hits.
whopping 5 plus his 1 for quarterstaff plus his prodigious strength of 1, so 7 points of damage.
And so you stick the wand in, and it goes straight into his jugular. And as you pull it out, you see an arterial spray, and he gurgles and drops to the ground, and you have killed him.
Willowand looks surprised. You don't know if he's never killed someone before. This is the D&D universe, but he's just, okay, yeah, cool. And he actually looks over to Zot, is something supposed to be happening right now?
Zok is looking happy and nodding his head. Good strike. Drain blood, good.
And so you notice there are people gathering around you, all the doors that you've opened. There's still about 6 doors that you have not opened. Elgin is already halfway down the hallway, and there is just a crowd of elders and kids coming out of these rooms, staring with wide eyes and terror, and they're just watching this unfold.
Are we out of initiative?
You are out of initiative.
Zok turns around and sees all the scared people, and he holds his slightly bloodied axe in his other arm up above his head, and he says, "You come slow. We lead. Make safe." And then he starts walking toward the stairs.
You see one elderly orc woman nod, and she comes over and picks up the sword of the cult leader, follows behind you, and everybody
Zok nods approvingly.
And they all, as they're coming out, they're unlocking the doors, and as you all approach the hallway, that's where we're going to end this episode.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Woo!
Hey, thank you all. Initial
really
victory, and you have taken your first step into a much larger world.
And killed a person.
Thanks, Obi-Wan.
First blood.
First blood. Congratulations to Willowand on a particularly dexterous and gruesome death for this cult leader that well deserved it.
First of many.
For joining us tonight, and I'm sure you all will be learning our new characters. We'll be posting information on our wiki, and you'll be able to find more information on our Patreon. Michael, can you tell everybody what our Patreon is?
I most certainly can, friends. If you are looking for a good way to support this show and keep us from having to make Casper ads, all you need to do is go to patreon.com/Chafing Armor. That's where we have a Discord channel, we have extras, we have bonuses, we have early features, we have cosplay, we have all kinds of fun stuff where you can interact directly with us, and we would love to see you there. Just check it out at patreon.com/Chafing Armor.
All of the very cool drawings that Riley and I have done and will continue to be doing.
Yes.
Woo!
I'm anxious to see all the new characters drawn out. It'll be a lot of fun. All right.
I've already drawn them, but I didn't ask what they looked like, so they're probably wrong.
Well, there's the prototypes, and then there's the plasmoid. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone. We will see you next time on Chafing Armor, and we'll roll with you soon.